Oh, shoot. Didn't realize we had gotten through the intro already. All right. My bad. I'm so used to it being a little bit longer. What's up, y'all, and welcome to this week's edition of What's Up, the Custom Beat King. Thanks for checking us out. Appreciate you tapping in. Welcome to this week's edition of the Cheap Pop Podcast with today me and Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double, and the one and only Rune Scryer, aka Dave. What's up, brother? So we've got a running sheet full of fun topics for you guys to listen to us old men chat about for the next couple hours. So as usual, we open up with hot topics. And this week's hot topic is going to continue on something that we've been talking about for about the past 3 weeks to a month, and that is the purchase of Netflix by a purchase of the Warner Brothers Discovery by Netflix.
Yep.
It's gone back and forth. Netflix made a bid. Let's see. Says Paramount is seeking to reassure WB shareholders that its hostile takeover bid is solid and that Larry Ellison has made an irrevocable personal guarantee of $40.4 billion towards his $108 billion all. Sorry, something in my throat there. All cash offer for WBD, seeking to derail Netflix pact.
Right. And this is, so Larry Ellison, one of the richest men in the world, CEO of Oracle Systems. Now, his son is David Ellison, who is now the CEO of Paramount.
Okay.
So it is, Daddy putting up the money for his son's project, and not really great because they are basically offering, they're offering to buy 100% of the outstanding shares of Warner Brothers Discovery. So they're basically trying to buy the company out from under.
And it's all just to stop Netflix from getting some kind of power, or
it's more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Because I think what they're really wanting is to gain control of the news aspect of Warner Brothers Discovery, which would include CNN and other things. But just to give you an idea, Skydance, which bought Paramount, with that deal finished in August, Skydance, which is the Ellison kids' little company, Larry Ellison bankrolled the $8 billion takeover of Paramount Global. So, and now they're going for $108 billion for Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah, that's...
And here's the problem that I have. Is that, or not problem that I have, thing I don't understand about it. As we discussed last week when we talked about this, if the main goal of Skydance and Larry Ellison, Larry Ellison, is to obtain CNN and the other news networks that Discovery or Warner Brothers Discovery has, then the only part that's not making logical sense to me is then why try to outbid Netflix for the rest? You see what I'm saying? Because Netflix,
I totally
purchase outright said all they want is the rest. Yeah. They don't want any of the TV channel Discovery, any of that, and that was going to break off into its own thing. So why try to undercut Netflix buying the media aspects of it?
You said best. people with too much money on their hands.
Yeah. It just seems like it would be a lot easier just to buy Discovery.
Right.
Just
Well,
let Netflix have Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's complex because Warner Brothers Discovery, they still have to accept a bid from either Netflix or Paramount. So it's up to the board to decide which one, right, which bid that they want. It's basically the process itself is all or nothing.
That's insane to me because, like I said, every report that I read about Netflix's offers, it did not include the news networks and all of that. And they just wanted the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they do, but
but again, we'll see how it all plays out. You know, this is getting really interesting.
It's going back and forth and back and forth, and
it's rich people doing rich people things. It's not anything that spending that kind of money will never be something I know about in my life. But, but all right, so that was our first hot topic. I'll be honest with you, I personally hope Netflix comes out of this on top. Because I believe if the Ellisons end up they already own Oracle, which basically is where the Warriors used to play. But like they're crazy rich and they just don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope Netflix wins this. We'll see how it hangs out. Now, in some good news for the DC universe, people that love to watch DC. Of course, we already knew that Creature Commandos was coming out with a season 2, but it will reportedly feature the DCU debut of this classic hero. Now, this makes me a little bit excited just because of the fact that James Gunn is making it a point to tie even these animated series into the larger DCU.
Yep.
So this character's appearance here may mean good things for him appearing in the DCU live action. But Nexus Point News is reporting via, comicbookmovie.com, that Nathaniel Adam will play a character, there will be a character in Captain Atom. He was debuted back in 1987. The original Captain Atom, Alan Adam, was created by Joe Gill and Steve Ditko during the Silver Age as part of the Charlton Comics lineup. The character officially became part of the DC universe in 1985 after DC's purchase of Charlton in '83.
Yeah. And just to give you an idea, to let you know, Captain Atom is basically who Dr. Manhattan was in Watchmen, because all the characters in Watchmen were based off of Charlton characters.
Right.
So Captain Atom was Dr. Manhattan is Captain Atom, and the reason why this is so important is that Captain Atom is a by-the-book military guy, kind of like Rick Flag Sr., except that he has superhuman strength and blasts of radiation. Radiation he can modify. And so we've seen before that he is the anti-Superman weapon for the government, where he's just shooting Superman with blasts of kryptonite radiation.
Oh yeah, because he can generate, like he's one of those guys that can generate whatever.
He can generate any kind of radiation.
Wow.
So yeah, there is a fantastic, and that comes up in the Justice League Unlimited animated series, is that there is a fight between Superman and Captain Atom that gets really, really serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my boy Super ain't no joke, but it's been proven. Like, you use the most recent Superman movie with James Gunn and what it what did Lex Luthor do? Put Superman in a cage with somebody who could literally create kryptonite on demand, you know?
Yep.
And yeah, left Superman weak. It wasn't until the dude who was creating the kryptonite decided, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Yeah.
that it became a problem. But yeah, man, I loved Creature Commandos season 1. I'm pretty sure season 2 will be done.
Yeah.
They're saying that the actor that they're choosing, I forgot who his name is, to play to voice the character in the animated series might as well go ahead and play him live action as well.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm looking to see if they've got a list of. They're saying who is going to be the. Nope, cannot find out who they are thinking of for the voice, but yeah, because it's a CGI character, it's going to be very, very easy to transfer him from the animated series into the live action. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like I said, I can't wait. It will be epic. The first season was epic. I still think it has one of the best scenes ever written. I was just telling who was this? Jamil, a friend of ours, or one of our friends of the show. What Creature Commandos had that I really liked was the scene when what's her name, the woman with the fish head,
Nina,
and she and fucking Bride of Frankenstein like screws her over, and they're sitting there and they're lying on the ground, and her things all shattered open, and Bride of Frankenstein is like, "I'm sorry," and she, with her last breath, she was just like, "Fuck
you."
Just I was just like, epic. That's right. That's everybody's dream way to die. Just looking at your mortal enemy and one last time, just saying "you" before you pass out. But yeah, so. I can't wait to see what they have for the next season. All right, so that takes us into Pop Culture Corner. Where we talk everything pop culture. We're going to open up this part of the show right quick with a quick review. I have yet to watch it. I'm still trying to get caught up on season 1, so I'll let Dave kind of take over here. But for those of you who have not been living under a rock, season 2 of Fallout. Oh no, wait, the wrong ones. There it is. Fallout season 2 has been dropped. And I'm pretty sure my guy Dave here has been all over.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
I've been watching. They are releasing 1 episode a week, so it's not a dump. So we're only 2 episodes in, and it's not too late to catch up.
Yeah.
But we get put right back into the shit, as the saying goes. With Lucy and the Ghoul making their way towards New Vegas or Las Vegas, where they think Lucy's dad has gone. And I don't want to do a lot of spoilers. We have not seen the hyped Deathclaw yet, but Lucy and the Ghoul Cooper, they do encounter an infamous creature of the wastelands, everyone's favorite, the Rad Scorpion.
The Rad Scorpion, okay.
Yeah, so they do have to fight that thing, and it is a pretty good fight too. Good fight sequence. Lucy is still struggling with aligning her Pollyanna morals with the reality of her goal and the reality of the new world. We find out even more techno horror revelations as we discover there's a little mind control chip that's now coming into play. It's going really good so far. And the Brotherhood of Steel is fracturing.
Okay.
So we have a couple of the chapters, including the chapter that Maximus, our boy, belongs to, plotting to sweep away the other chapters in there and absorb them under the leadership of their high cleric. And so we get kind of a cool little cameo. One of the chapter leaders happens to be everyman actor Brian Thompson.
Oh no, that's awesome.
Big, tall, blonde, but he's showing his age, sadly. Yeah. So, and then we get another cameo as we get a new character introduced, played by Kumail Nanjiani.
Okay.
Yeah, as he is the leader of the chapter of the Brotherhood from the Commonwealth, aka Fallout 4.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we're getting a larger area. I mean, we've already had New California Republic mentioned and kind of set up in there, and so now we're getting some of the Commonwealth, and Narjan's character comes out from one of the huge dirigible floating fortresses that the Brotherhood has. Okay. Lands at the new headquarters area. He comes out and it's like, so I understand we're discussing a civil war.
Nice.
Zero chill. And it's interesting because it also shows that the Brotherhood is not a monolithic organization.
Right. They're not like the Borg.
Yeah. So that is pretty cool. And then we've got Lucy's brother kidnapped by the brain on the Roomba.
Brain on the Roomba?
That's literally what it is. It's a brain bot, but it's a brain, and it's literally on a little mobile Roomba platform.
Roomba.
Yeah, and that's how they credit the character in the Amazon X-ray as brain on a Roomba.
Brain on a Roomba. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
You do. So, yep. But so the general news is that for the Brotherhood of Steel is Maximus is really settling into his new role as a squad leader in the Brotherhood of Steel. He's having to deal with the reality of the Brotherhood of Steel not matching up with how he grew up within them, and the reality not matching up with the propaganda. We also get a flashback to his childhood in Shady Springs outside of Vegas, and we find out that the crater that was Shady Springs, it was nuked. It was nuked by Lucy's dad, Hank.
Really? Huh.
Yep. He ordered the elimination of Shady Springs. And kind of interesting, fun bit. They see that there's, the Maxim, his parents, the bomb gets discovered. His dad is trying to disarm it, but realizes it's not going to work. So he literally grabs Maximus and takes him back to their house. And we get the fridge and the nuclear bomb. That's how Maximus survived the destruction of his home of Shady Springs. His dad put him in the refrigerator,
and he just chilled in there until somebody came and got him, or he.
Well, he manages to crawl out, but yeah. And his dad said, "Okay, you're gonna need to just a little food and a little water each time. Okay, you need to make it last."
Yeah. And of course, he ate it all. And
no, it's just all traumatic because it's like, "I love you, Dad." So,
yeah. Well, sounds to me like things are heating up. Can't wait to get caught up. And
there's also some other really interesting things about it, like they're using, it's set in the Vegas area, but they're also, like I said, they brought in the Commonwealth from Fallout 4. And there's also a scene where Lucy and the ghoul are going through the desert and they find a disabled or ruined drive-in theater. And it's the Starlight Drive-In Theater. So if you remember, the Starlight is one of the early areas you can build a base in Fallout 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, it's obviously not the same Starlight, but okay, so it's a chain of drive-in theaters. Okay.
Right. You've now established that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So a little bit of world building, more. It's looking really good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that'll stop us there. Pause us for the Fallout talk. We got some more Fallout talk coming after this next subject.
Yeah.
And that is for those of you who are fans of anime at all. I know I was a fan of this particular anime when it came out. Now, after reading the article, I'm a tad bit disappointed in the fact of what I'm hearing, but Neon Genesis Evangelion is set to drop a new anime in February of 2026. Now, again, after reading this, it's not a full length anime. It's not a full hour and a half, hour long anime. It's only 13 minutes. But it's set to drop at the Evangelion 30th anniversary of Evangelion Festival. And the name of the short is, and pardon me if I end up butchering this, Evangelion Hoso 30 Shunin Kinen Tokubetsu Kogoyo. I probably butchered.
Koigyo. Yeah.
Koigyo. Yeah. So I probably butchered the hell out of that, but that's going to be the name of that.
Yes.
And it will bring back, it said, several guys, Kazuya Tsurumaki, director of Evangelion 1, 2, 3, 3.0, and plus 1.0. Shinji Higuchi, storyboard artist for Evangelion 1, 2, and 3, and Iki Todoroki, assistant chief director for Evangelion 3 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time, have also been credited as supervisors for the film. So they're all taking part of it.
Most importantly is that it's being planned, written, and supervised by Hideki Anno himself, who is the creator of Evangelion series.
Nice. It's always good when the people who are responsible for the original content that you're that you enjoy, you come back to take part in this.
Yep. Yep. So this is only going to be at the convention. For right now, no details about it being released globally. It'll be screened once a day on all 3 days on a large LED screen measuring 18 meters wide, 15 meters high. To watch it, the fans have to purchase a stage area ticket that allows them to watch all Evangelion-related performances throughout the days, including those performed by voice actors and creators.
Okay.
Yep. So, yep. Get back in the mech, Shinji.
Let's do it. I will say this: the article lists Evangelion as one of the best, basically the best mecha related animes to exist. And I would have to say, of all the ones that I've watched, I would say Evangelion is up there. Now, mind you, I have not watched a vast array. It's not like I'm pulling from a vast library of like 30 different mecha animes, because I know that there's at least 30 to 45, if not a couple hundred out there.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, the Macross Plus series and this series were two of the best like mech driven animes that I've watched pretty much in my life.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Evangelion. I mean, I understand it. I get the deeper meanings in there, in the complexities, all the
undertones.
Oh well, yeah, but the Goetic and the Christian theurgy stuff. I understand all that, but it's just never really hit me as much as it did you guys.
And that's the thing with anime and art in general, as we've said before on the show. It's all subjective. Like it's not. And when I say, it's funny because when I say this, a lot of people have a tendency to take offense to it. But I'll say certain things are not for everybody.
Exactly.
And that's not always a bad thing. Like everybody else thinks, oh, if it's not for everybody, then why? No, some things are just they're the entire E network is not for men. Like it's not. It's not like it's not for men. Like you might like a thing or two on the network, but you are not the target audience if you have a woohoo between your legs. Like that's just what it is, and it's okay. It is an okay thing.
It is perfectly fine that is not made for specific demographics that already have more than enough representation in there. It's like, yeah.
So coming up with the next one was an interesting one. I know I was going to do it. I had originally lined the banners to where I was going to do this last subject, but just decided to keep with the running sheet. And that is, we are back to the Fallout world. But this is going to be something interesting for you guys. Because as I read through this article, I noticed something about what they were saying. And that was that it kept saying that Prime has in the works a Fallout themed show.
Right.
So the rumor has it that there is a new Fallout show in the works, but it is not like the Fallout that you're watching right now.
No.
This will be a reality show called Fallout Shelter.
Based off of the Fallout Shelter game rather than the FPS.
Right, the mobile and the tabletop game. So this is something that's interesting. Like I'll say it like I say it a lot. I always say, yeah, that looks interesting, and then I never end up watching it. Not because it's not interesting, but just because like I don't ever get that gumption to get in there and just go, okay, yeah, let's sit down and watch this. So I don't know. Like I'll probably check out an episode or two. I doubt I'll get too into it because I was never really into the Fallout games. But this sounds interesting. game show kind of, reality competition based on this video game.
Fallout Shelter, which is a shelter management game. And the idea is that the players would basically be overseers managing their own vaults.
Okay.
So
like digital vaults or like
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Well, that like I said, once the details start rolling out, that should get more and more interesting as we move forward. Because at the end of the day, like I think the Fallout brand in general is very popular and hot right now, and Netflix would be very, or not Netflix, Prime would be very wise to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Here. All right, so that moves us into our next sad subject, which is through a post you shared with me through adultcollector.org. Starts makes an announcement about the end of an era. Playmates to stop making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. Viacom and Playmates will not be renewing their licensing agreement for TMNT. Their partnership is set to expire on December 31st.
Yep.
So I wonder if there's anybody lined up to take it over.
That is a strong possibility. I know that Eastman and Laird are sort of reorganizing their licensing into a more coherent structure, because it was so scattershot. Because it took everyone by storm, by surprise when it happened. When the cartoon happened, when the toys happened, and there's so much, instead of having all these piecemeals, I think they're restructuring the organization so that it's easier to keep track of who is and who is not doing stuff.
Licensed to do stuff.
Yeah.
Real quick, just answering a question. Yes, would I try to make that announcement every one of my video game streams? But when I do my video game streams here on the WKKW Network YouTube channel, unfortunately, I haven't figured out how. I'm still figuring out how to get Lightstream to show me my YouTube comments. So I normally don't see them till after the stream. I try my best to respond after the stream, but life catches up with it sometimes. But yeah, when I'm streaming live video games, like now I can see the comments for Cheap Pop and Classroom, but when I do the video game streams throughout the week, I can't see the comments from YouTube. All right, sorry about that, but welcome to the show. Thanks for tapping in. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, so that was that one. Now this next one is one that's not a big jump, but a hit Star Wars show is coming back with a new story. But I don't believe it's going to be coming to Disney Plus. To turn another Star Wars limited series from Dark Horse Comics. I know this is going to be another comic book. Hope I didn't disappoint you guys like we did with the series to Rise. But yes, per press release, Dark Horse Comics, the creative team behind the Bad Batch Ghost Agents comic book limited series, is back with a brand new entry in a fan favorite line: Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, the Bad Batch Rogue Agents. Readers can check out an early preview of the series' first issue, currently slated for release on New Year's Eve. Let's show you a little bit of the cover here. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Bad Batch Rogue Agents. I personally love the Bad Batch.
Yep.
It was a great story. It introduced us. I always love Star Wars stories, like the major franchise, Star Wars stories, Lord of the Rings stories, that focus in more on an individual, an individual, what would be considered like NPC, like character that wasn't very huge or a part, any of the major characters, like in Star Wars. Anytime there's a small story told about somebody that doesn't end up being a Skywalker,
Yep.
like I enjoy those stories because that's how you flesh out a surrounding world, is to actually introduce us to and get us invested in these smaller side characters rather than always focusing on the main characters. I'll say, and so what are your thoughts on this new comic book series?
I am all for it. I'm happy, like you said, more Star Wars is good.
Yeah,
So
more Star Wars is good.
And getting back to our other comment, that not everything has to be made for you. Yes,
Right.
we get it. You didn't like The Acolyte for whatever reason.
Or whatever.
Yes.
I don't understand why they didn't like that. I thought that one was weird.
Yeah, you didn't like the sequel trilogy for whatever reason. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but it doesn't always have to be for you.
Right.
Okay.
And it doesn't always have to be this major story about some grandiose adventure. Like it can be a basic story about just somebody overcoming obstacles, small obstacles, not necessarily in their daily life, but in the grand scheme of everything,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But all right. So then that takes us to, we're still going to stick with Disney on this one. But it's going to be bad news for Disney, but could be good news for us.
Yep.
Disney has officially lost the licensing for Roger Rabbit, I guess making it now public domain. Which means that
no, it's not. It's not public domain.
Okay.
The rights, the rights to Roger Rabbit, returned to the author Gary Wolfe.
Gary Wolfe. Okay.
Yeah, which was his novel "Who Censored Roger Rabbit" was
in 1991.
1981. That was the basis for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Gotcha,
but yeah.
Okay.
So
like I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'll say and so this means that we could see somebody else like Paramount or somebody else, Netflix maybe,
right.
Allow us to get a sequel to Roger Rabbit, even though I am one to believe that you have, and this is going to be weird, I think you have about a 10-year period of time after the peak of popularity, not after not after the initial whatchamacallit, right?
Right.
Not after the initial release, but the peak of popularity. You have about 10 years to do a sequel before you just need to do a reboot or just restart the whole franchise over with a new story. Like, I think people's interest in a sequel will stay there for about 10 years. I think Roger Rabbit is well out of that 10 years.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. In fact, it was it reverted back to Wolfe under a law regarding it's like a 35-year copyright reversion clause.
Yeah. So it's just, to me, like, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think there is a group of people, and there's a large group of people who would love to see a sequel to Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
But I also don't think Roger Rabbit goes over as well today as it did back in the day.
We'll see. I mean, a lot of people didn't think that Roger Rabbit would go over well to begin with.
In general,
and I think it would be fine because these days fans are so used to shipping and mixing universes into things. So that has always been the most difficult part of Roger Rabbit, is getting all of the creative rights to to all the different characters all lined up into there. But Wolf did write two other Roger Rabbit novels. 1991's Who Plugged Roger Rabbit and 2013's Who Whacked Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Oh, who whacked Roger?
Yeah. So, yeah. And so it's definitely possible to adapt those into sequels. Wolf, he says he and his team are working on developing a live action adaptation of the 2022 novel Jessica Rabbit Serious Business, which goes into Jessica's origins.
Here's the thing with me. Again, Roger Rabbit was great for its time. I don't know if we need, because the thing that made Roger Rabbit special, and this is gonna sound silly, wasn't necessarily the story. No offense to Mr. Wolf, like the story was great, and his books were awesome, but it wasn't really the story. It was the fact that you had live action characters acting next to animated characters that made Roger Rabbit special.
Yep.
We've seen that in today's society a billion times over. So it's like, I don't necessarily think it has as much of a wow factor. And I don't think the story is grandiose enough or deep enough to be able to make people today go, ooh. Like I said, I think the most audience you're going to have for it is people like us who are like, oh, another Roger Rabbit. I remember that one from when I was a kid. Let's go check it out. But you're not going to get a bunch of new people coming. At least not
we'll see about it. It's definitely a risk, but I think it's a risk with a certain amount of justification for taking it.
Gotcha. All right. So the next two subjects are kind of combined into one, and we're going to kind of talk about this. The first part of the subject is the fact that there's talk. Of course, this is from Marvel, so take it all with a grain of salt. That Avengers Doomsday may be the final appearance for Chris Hemsworth as Thor in the MCU. Now, this is contradictory to Chris Hemsworth's statement that he plans to play Thor until they don't want him to play Thor. Like he said himself multiple times, he's willing to play the character until the character is worn out. We'll see. I don't think that this will be the end of it. Just like everybody thought that Avengers Endgame was going to be the last time we saw Chris Evans in a Marvel movie, but yet here we are, and the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday that comes out shows Steve Rogers is most likely going to be in it.
Yeah, so I am not very happy about that. You know, you just established Sam Wilson as Captain America. You know, not Falcon and the Winter Soldier was fantastic. New World Captain America, New World Order, less fantastic, but Sam's got his role. He has his moments, and you know he's come to terms with the weight. He's settled in. He's pretty comfortable with the role, and now you're going to jerk it away from him.
Here's the thing about it. Here's the fun thing about it, and you know this because you've read through a lot of the comics. They don't have to jerk it away from him. They can leave him as Captain America, and there's still several ways that they can still re-enter Chris Rod or Steve Rogers back into the story.
That's the status quo in the comics right now. I mean, you got that scene, got a page where Sam and Steve are just chilling out in off the coast somewhere, just floating in the water in there, and they're discussing it. So how are we going to do this? Are you Captain America? Am I going to be Captain America? And Steve just goes, why not both?
Yeah, There's not. It
And
doesn't have to only be one.
yeah, and I think that ties in very much with the highly underrated story arc, 50 States of Captain America,
Okay.
where they actually create, there's like a network of common people, of specialists, of, small, of uh, um, even heroes inspired by Steve and Sam that call themselves Captain America, and they
Nice.
have they each have their own function, their own purpose, and everyone. There was um, a there's a runaway teen who he's called the Captain America of the railways. He basically is traveling across country and everything. He ran away from home because he's gay, and his parents were intolerant, and he is taking it upon himself to be the Captain America, protecting um, people who are oppressed because of their sexuality or their gender.
Nice.
In
Heck
there,
yeah.
there's a Captain America, a woman who um, basically her thing is protecting female students on college campuses in
Nice.
there. So yeah, and that was a real fantastic look at the possibility, and also how Steve and Sam inspire,
That's
how they're the torch holders for what is a hero in the 616.
yeah.
It's that end scene from Captain America: First Avenger, where Captain America's lost, but then you've got those kids running in the street playing Captain America with the shield and that cape, and everything. It's like, yeah, this is how it can work in
Yeah.
there. This is how they can inspire, the future, and how um, following generations take their lead from from
The
this
previous.
this huge legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then like I said, there's a million ways they can do it. I always love the multiverse thing because you can always reestablish people and use them as one-off
correct.
characters from just another multiverse, another version of the multiverse. And again, we've already seen Cap fight without the shield in
Yeah,
Infinity War when they gave him, he has that infamous scene with Black Panther where they're like, do this, and he goes, and then somebody get that man a shield, and
yep,
they get him the nanite shield, like they can bring him
yeah,
back with that. He doesn't need the shield. He didn't need to take the title or the shield away from
from
what you call
Sam.
it to be
No,
Steve Rogers.
nope, he doesn't.
So
And also, there was a time where just after John Walker hit the scene in the comics, and he was the new Captain America,
America, right?
and Steve just went on as the captain.
The captain.
Yeah, that was literally what his name was, the
I'm
captain.
sorry.
And
I have to laugh because if anybody is ever has ever been a fan of How I Met Your Mother,
yeah,
that name just, oh my God, there was a character that was just so over the top ridiculous, rich guy, owned boats, so on and so forth, had this obsession with boats, and like they called him the captain. Like that's what he was referred to through the entire series. So when you say Steve Rogers as the captain, I now put him in How I Met Your Mother setting as the captain, and like it just doesn't work. But
right.
but the actor that played him was pretty hilarious.
Right.
But anyway,
And also, there was a time when back in the 70s with the fallout from Watergate, where Steve was questioning his place, and he took on the role of nomad. that was his identity for a while.
Now, see, he could be that they could bring him back as. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
exactly. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move forward to what's up.
But we're getting into the trailer now,
Yeah, I was
or
gonna say this is our final subject for Pop Culture Corner, and we're gonna take a look at it while we talk about it a little bit here. But this is the Avengers Doomsday trailer. It's the Thor trailer, has him praying to the All Father, of course, with Anthony Hopkins, voice in there, and asking for the strength to end this. I assume that this scene is probably in the movie at some point and somewhere towards the all is lost moment. But yes, Thor is going to be this. Like we just talked about this, maybe Chris Hemsworth's final appearance as Thor, but I doubt it.
He's good to go for all that. But I think that the sad thing about the trailer is, again, it's Thor rebuilding himself, finding out who he is after a massive loss, which is kind of the story, right? It's the story of Thor in the MCU. It's how this immortal god has to redefine himself as he and deal with loss, because Jane lost her battle of cancer, and it's Thor wanting to go on. If you remember, after the end of Love and Thunder, he sort of adopts
Gore's
Gore's daughter.
Yeah. And yes, she is the love of Love and Thunder. More than but that one is still one of my favorite endings to an MCU movie, with him and her jumping out of the ship, and he's got Mjolnir in his hand, and she's got Stormbreaker, which is like her entire body size, and she's wielding it like it's a small blade, and that scene really left me happy. But again, just a quick reference to Thor: Love and Thunder, since we're talking about Thor and that particular movie. Favorite scene of all time is the little after he imbues the children with the powers of Thor, and the little girl is standing there with the bunny out, and she's just and the bunny's shooting lightning out of his eyes and killing everything in its path, but she's just standing there spinning herself around in a circle, killing everything within range of her. And I was just like, that was my scene.
Right.
Anyway,
and one final thing before we leave the Avengers Doomsday topic. Apparently, it's just coming in today that there is now a third Avengers Doomsday teaser trailer.
Really? So who's this one responsible to?
It's Cyclops.
Really?
Yes.
So this will be our first time seeing an X-Men character actually in the MCU.
Yes, and it's currently playing in front of Fire and Ash.
Yeah, the new Avatar movie.
Yeah, and all we have are the reports, unless you've seen it, firsthand. But the reports are that it is James Marsters, which we knew that, and he's in the blue and gold X-Men 97 costume.
It's a classic costume, huh?
Yep. So, and apparently it's going to have him having to hold on a second. Let me pull up. Nope, that site will not work. So, okay. So there are currently a few fake breakdowns on social media, but it has not been officially leaked yet. So anything that's currently on YouTube, et cetera, it's generated slop. Okay, but from what we have, we have Xavier Magneto back, and Xavier and Magneto reconciling to a certain thing. Okay. And it looks like Cyclops is firing off. Cyclops is going one-on-one with a Sentinel.
With a Sentinel.
Yep. And getting beat up. Cuts to Cyclops removing his visor. His face is covered in black mud or blood as a blast of energy erupts from his eyes. Yeah. And
that one I'm juiced to see, like super juiced to see.
And Ian McKellen does the voiceover for the trailer as Magneto says, "Death comes for us all. That's all I know for sure. The question isn't, are you prepared to die? The question is, who would you be when you close your eyes?"
Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. I can't wait to see the X-Men. Like,
so I would probably say in the next couple days, I think we're going to get the official release.
All right. You should check out Cheap Pop Podcast Facebook page. We'll share it there, or check out the First GenXers Facebook group. Join us there and see a lot of these trailers and stuff like that, because they've got a tendency to post them.
Yep.
We even do the show. So if you want to see insider stuff, check this out. All right. So this is going to close it down for our pop culture corner. We're going to go into break here, and this break will be about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we will be back to talk more. As you see right there, SmackDown Alley. We got a good Raw and SmackDown to talk about, and then we've got some video game news to throw at you as well.
Yep.
But you're watching the Cheap Pop Podcast here with Rune Scryer and Double K, and we will see you guys, or K Double, whichever you want to call it. We will see you guys on the flip side. Be good. Peace.
We back at it. Yup, we still doing it. Poetic beats. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats, won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the First GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the First GenXers. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the First GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back. For you.
got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I've been real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep it.
You getting on my nerves. You getting on my nerves. Gang, gang, bitch. You getting on my nerves. Gang, gang, bitch. You getting on my nerves. Get your titty, get your titty, get your titty on. Gang, gang, bitch. Get your titty, get your titty, get your titty on. I said what I said. No, please don't tell on me. No, please don't tell the police. Gang, gang, you getting on my nerves. She getting on my nerves.
Oops,
Okay.
I did
There we
it
go.
again. There it is. That happens around here. They're called technical difficulties. Anyway, we are back from break, and as always, we jump right on into our other favorite segment. All right. Wrestling talk from K Double the Saint and Rune Scryer here. Well, this time it's just Rune Scryer and Double K, or Rune Scryer and K Double. So hopefully we'll have the Saint. Hopefully everything's okay with him. All right. And so first up was this week's Monday Night Raw. That saw the advancement of several storylines, including the Austin Theory storyline, which was the biggest one. And it looks like they're building kind of the vision as Raw's version of, you would say, the Bloodline, so to speak. Just a group that's going to continue to grow and add new members. But right now, we've got Austin Theory trying to make his way in by proving himself in a tag team match alongside Bronson Reed against Rey Mysterio and CM Punk. I think they ended up losing the match due to disqualification because Braun Breaker couldn't keep his hands to himself. Came out and speared CM Punk. And they proceeded to beat down Punk and Rey Mysterio. They got the title match coming up next Monday. Or not next Monday, Monday after next. Tomorrow is the 29th, so the following week. He's facing off for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know. Like the promos aren't getting me hyped for this match the way that they should. Like, so the action is fine. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing as far as the action goes, but the promos just ain't cutting it. Like, and I'll be honest with you, you can say that I have a bias because never really been a fan of the. Don't get me wrong, the Steiner Math promo is one of the greatest promos. Spoken. I don't deny it, but I've never been a big fan of the Steiner's version of promo. And Braun is kind of continuing that. And he's doing a good job with it, but I'm not really buying his tough guy. And he probably is a tough guy, don't get me wrong. Braun Breaker can probably rip me from pillar to post. He could probably destroy me in a wrestling ring, whether it be Greco-Roman style wrestling or professional wrestling. Yeah. Just not a fan of him. Like, I don't find myself wanting to bark with everybody else when the dogs get to bark.
Yeah. It's I mean, I know that they're trying to that style of promo, they're trying to tap into what, like, basically just the intensity of Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, to an extent. I would say more along the lines of Big Papa Pump is what they're trying to get to, which is Braun's father. But they want people to be able to look at him and nostalgically feel like, wow, like this kid's awesome, because he sounds like his dad. Because but in reality, all of the greats who are second and third and fourth generation wrestlers have their own style. I just don't think Braun is found it. Yeah, I think he's trying to, and he's close, but I think they still have him doing too much stuff that calls back to his father. And that's probably it, but.
Yeah, they do need to move him away from the Steiner family just to kind of be able to stand on his own. Like Charlotte, I mean, living under the name of Flair in the pro wrestling industry.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of her stuff is still tied to her father.
Oh yeah, I mean the intro and everything. But I do love the techno remix of Just Spoke Zarathustra.
Yeah, Ric Flair's thing originally, or not Ric Flair, but the original classic.
But she is not doing the woo hit. The crowd's doing it for her, but she's not initiating that on her own, which I think is great. I mean, she is establishing herself. It's like, yeah, I'm a Flair, but I'm also my own person.
And that's what I was going to say. Charlotte, it took her years to do that.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
They've got the best balance between legacy and individuality with Flair's gimmick. With Charlotte,
I would say, well, there's more than just that. The Rock blazed the path of his own. You know what I'm saying? Randy Orton blazed the path of his own. That made him.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, on the current roster, shall we?
Right. Yes, 100%. Like, but in general, like they in order to become a super popular wrestler, going with a different name. I thought going with Braun Breaker instead of Braun Breaker, and they're giving him a different name. They could have brought him out as Braun Steiner. No, they brought him back out as Braun Breaker. They're trying to. I just think he hasn't fully found his way. Right. He will. He will in time. Braun Breaker is a main event star. There's no talent-wise.
They're building up, and I do love the backstage sequence where Breaker and Reed are just talking with each other, wondering what okay, what are we going to do with this new kid that Paul is forcing on us? And when they break the conversation, they're like, bronze.
Yeah, yeah, I think there will be a separation from Paul
Yeah.
Heyman. I think that at some point there will be a separation.
Yeah.
When, I don't know, but I think that there will be a separation from Paul, and that was hinted at. But moving on with Raw, we also had Asuka defeat Rhea Ripley after Kairi Sane and Io Sky and injured Io Sky interfered in the match with each other.
Kyrie was doing her hinge girl duties on there, and Io Sky came running out. Io's doing a good job of selling the back injury, I think.
Yeah, really good job. Yeah, amazing job. Because when she hit that thing, that screen, when she hit that
the apron.
The friggin' scream she let out was guttural, and it felt like somebody was in pain.
Right. So Asuka picked up the win.
Kairi Sane further showed how far she'll go.
Yep.
To please Mama Asuka.
Yep. And we definitely get deepening of the Rhea Io connection in there, which was sweet. So here's a question though that I was just thinking about. Has anyone ever done a throat or chest strike to counter a poison mist?
It's been done, but you'd have to go back to the days when Tajiri was the one doing the mist.
Right.
But yeah, it's been done where somebody punches them in the throat or chops them in the throat.
And they swallow the poison mist in them. And
right.
Yeah, because that I think would be a perfect maneuver to be Asuka with. She comes up, she's got her cheeks all blown out, like she's preparing for a poison mist, and then boom, not necessarily to the throat, but just strike to the chest to get that breath in.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah. There's plenty. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would be a great segment to have. Well said. But also, now the next match I'm going to talk about real quick was an interesting one, and it was really interesting to me. Bayley defeated Roxanne Perez, in which most people would consider kind of a humdrum match. But the part I liked about it was Bayley was basically struggling with Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Talking about Bayley, like 5-time women's champion, like 6-time tag team champion, like Grand Slam champion, like Bayley's a beast in the ring.
Yeah.
She's struggling with Roxanne Perez until Lyra Valkyria gets in her face and slaps the holy mess out of her. And this seems to wake up Mrs. Hyde. So And Bayley proceeds to beat the living snot out of Roxanne Perez and then get the pin.
And also Lyra gets the better on the outside the ring matchup with Raquel Rodriguez. No, Liv Morgan.
No, Liv Morgan. Sorry, Liv Morgan. Yeah. They're the tag team now. Raquel's going after the World Heavyweight Championship.
Right. Yeah. And that's right. And the reason why Bayley got it is that Raquel comes out, and then it's like a double distraction by the referee.
Right.
You got Liv distracting to get Roxanne removed the second turnbuckle and had dumped Bayley face first onto it.
Right.
And the ref didn't see that, arguing with Liv Morgan. Then Raquel comes out and starts arguing with the ref, which costs Roxy the pin count, and allowed Bayley to get back up and beat Roxanne with some fantastic moves in there. But the fracturing of the Judgment Day has begun.
Yes, the female members
there.
of the Judgment
Yeah.
Day. Like there is a fracture in there, as both Liv and Roxanne got into Raquel's face about distracting the ref at a time which was inconvenient for Miss Raquel.
Yes.
To the ring.
Yep.
But let's see how that plays out. I
Yeah.
still think it's going to play out with one of them holding the World Heavyweight Championship and the other two holding the Tag Championship at some point. We had what Google was listing as a match, but it wasn't really a match. Maxine Dupree was supposed to come out and celebrate her Intercontinental Championship defense last week against Ivy Niles, and Becky Lynch came out first to run down Maxine Dupree, to which Maxine Dupree came out and gave what I can only assume was her best possible effort on a promo. As far as the physical aspect, as far as the verbal aspects of the promo. The physical aspects, she did really well. Her and Becky go at it. She beats down Becky, gets her in an ankle lock, and gets her to tap out.
I didn't even mind the verbal promo. I thought she did a really good job with that. And it's like, and the truth is that, yeah, you're right. You are the greatest in the world. But then
go ahead. I just got to
say. I beat you. I didn't just beat you once. I didn't just beat you twice. I beat you 3 times. So yeah, her promo game is getting better in that. And to which Becky just she didn't even slap Maxine. She full on right crossed Maxine, which set things off. And Maxine struggled for a bit, and then ladies tussle, and then Maxine comes up and she gets the better of Becky. She gets Becky into an ankle lock, and literally forces Becky to tap out.
Now, it wasn't a match.
It wasn't a match. It was a promo.
It was a promo.
Good promo work.
Yes, that made Maxine look really strong, which is what I liked.
Right.
We also had a random match, but it was a really, really good match between two of the younger and more exciting members of the Raw roster, soon to be supposedly, or maybe Javon Evans and Rayo Americano.
Yeah.
And they put on a hell of a match.
They did put on.
Evans ended up winning with what he calls an OG cutter.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. More than interesting.
It was a good match. Slip ups from both Javon and Rayo. Not
botches.
Not botches, but I think intentional slip ups just to give, hey, these guys are still rookies in there, and just kind of give them that, inexperienced feel to it. For me, the highlight was the commentary between Cole and Graves. And I'm sorry, I really, I'm glad that Wade Barrett and Joe Tess are, I guess, on like their Christmas break for this, but Wade and Joe need to be the permanent announce team going forward for Raw. They are fantastic together, but
I believe they are. I believe Cole and it's supposed to be Cole and Graves on SmackDown, and then Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. Yeah,
but just Cole talking about the legacy of the Americanos in there and Underground, and it's like, and it's a. I mean, I've heard that El Grande Americano studied and wrestled with Mil Mascaras. And Cole's like, so what? You're saying he's like 80 years old?
Yeah.
It could be. The secrets of luchador, they are not easily exposed, and I respect that tradition of secrecy, not to ask too many questions.
Yeah, Corey Graves is a great commentator when
Yeah.
it comes to commentating in K-Pop. Like
Right.
he is just amazing with the
Yeah.
stuff that he says.
You know, Cole's like, what? Did your friend Conan tell you this? It's like, I've heard from people.
You know, I'm spending some time down there in Triple A. All right, so just to wrap it up as well, Gunther also had came out and continued his weekly troll of John Cena, knowing John Cena is not there. He got confronted by CM Punk this time and AJ Styles for a second time backstage.
Yep.
So
they're
I'm wondering where they're going.
They're building up the heat between AJ and Gunther, because we already know next year is going to be the retirement year for AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not going to go out the same way that Cena went out, but
I don't know if he's going to go out against Gunther. Like, because remember, AJ Styles is a TNA guy. Like he was brought into the business via TNA as far as making his name. I think he's going to end up going out in a match at TNA. Like he's going to lose to whoever their current champion.
I think that
right now it's Santana. Like, but whoever their current champion is at the time in which he's wrestling his last match, it will be against. It will be against. It'll be on a TNA show, and it'll be against one of TNA's top guys. I think he would want to put over TNA more than WWE.
I completely agree with you on that.
But I think we will see Gunther versus AJ Styles at some point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that they're going to work it out so that Gunther AJ is going to be AJ's last WWE match.
Probably.
But not his retirement match.
Yeah, that very well could be. But I definitely, like I said, I definitely think they are setting up for some kind of confrontation between those two. And I think it'll be a good watch at the end of the day. All right, we also had Nikki Bella return and give a promo. That was, I don't know. Mid, like it didn't really impress me.
Yeah.
I was more paying, and this is gonna sound really sexist, and I'm sorry for all of our female viewers if it comes up wrong, but I was paying more attention to what she was wearing than what she was saying.
Yeah.
Like it just did not interest me. Like I get it, you're Nikki Bella, you deserve. I understand why you deserve a shot at the world title. You don't need to come out.
Speaking of a different kind of TNA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And also, while we're on the subject of retirements and coming back and apparently there's rumors that Jerry Lawler is saying that he's got one more match in him.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I wonder now the question would be, who do you use to retire Jerry?
Right.
Like, because it's got to be somebody that's safe in the ring 100%.
100%.
But it's got to be somebody that people would want to see Jerry Lawler face off.
Yes.
You know, but we'll see. If Jerry's got one more, let it be in WWE. So that way we can preserve it for all time. Unlike Ric Flair's final match, or what was said to be Ric Flair's final match, which was wrestled at a house or at an indie show, where good for the people that got to see it, but if you watched it on YouTube, not many people.
Oh, by the way, speaking of a house show, there is a clip from like wrestling reactors. It's like two guys that do wrestling reactions. And there's a clip of a seriously failed house high fly where it's in a high school gym. Dude climbs up about 20 feet onto like a ledge. He's got his opponent out on a table outside the ring. Dude tries to do a crossbody fall onto the table, misses, and lands flat onto the gym floor.
Yeah. I have to tell an honest story. I almost got hit in the face by a bunch of wrestlers. And it wasn't because I was genuinely being like jacked up, because I wasn't. I wasn't truly like laughing at this dude. But we went to a house show out in Oakland, or out in Alameda on the island at the high school in the gym. and it was an APW show. The wrestlers were all sitting kind of like over to that side. And I want to say our friend Orlando was there as well. And I was sitting over here with a couple of friends that I came to the event with because we just wanted to randomly check out a wrestling show. And a guy goes to hit a crossbody over the top rope onto somebody on the floor, right? And the guy goes, he runs, and he jumps, and the guy moves, right? And right onto the basketball court floor.
Yeah.
All right. And unfortunately, because of the angle where we were, and how he jumped over the rope, my brain replayed the incident, except it added a whee type sound to him jumping over the rope. And I couldn't help it. I just started laughing.
I know.
And I was like, and I look over and all the wrestlers are looking at me. I'm like, I hope he's not hurt. Like, it's not because I'm laughing because I think, like, it's just my brain. I'm sorry. And they were just all like, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. But like, it was really like, it was the replay in my brain and in my brain attaching that sound effect to him going over the rope that caused me to laugh. It wasn't anything about what happened.
But these reactors, they have a very good point. It's like, this is not something you do at a high school gymnasium. This is a PLE level move. You try.
It's a safe. It's a
safe. With all the safeties put on.
But there's it's kind of like Mick Foley getting thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell. There's no way to land that right. You can only land that in a way that won't kill you. But there's no way to land it in a way that you're not going to get hurt in some kind of way. Yeah. Like your body is going to take damage falling 15 feet through a table. Period. Like it doesn't matter what surface you land on. You can land on the most pillowy surface ever, and it's still going to hurt. Yep. But bravo to them for putting their body on the line and doing stuff like that. Wow. Yep. Wow. Yeah, almost got killed because my brain decided to add a sound effect to a replay in my head. Anyway, but speaking of, there was the other show that took place this week, which was Smack It Down, which had us delivered. We'll start out with the biggest story of the night, which was the announcement by Drew McIntyre after giving a fake apology to the referee that he claymored the other week. After giving a fake apology to him so that he could get his title match on live television, Drew McIntyre came out and antagonized Cody because a part of the deal for him getting the match is that Cody cannot touch him. Yep. To any time before the match happens, or Cody is stripped of the WWE Championship, which is a gimmick and a storyline I have not seen them do in a really long time. So it's kind of fresh to me. Like, I haven't seen them do this since like the early 2000s. Right. But Drew, of course, gets in Cody's face, trying to convince Cody to hit him so he can strip him of the championship. And Cody, of course, doesn't. But yeah, like Drew then announces in the commotion of everything what the stipulation is going to be for their match on January 9th in Berlin. So of course, they have to match the fact that CM Punk is defending the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw on the 5th with a WWE Championship match on SmackDown on the 9th. And we were now told that this match is going to be a 3 stages of hell match. Now, I'm kind of interested in what this is. So we're going to look this up, because the last time I heard about this was in an infamous wrestling movie called Ready to Rumble. And I thought it was a gimmick match that only existed in that movie. We are going to look up what are the rules. 3 stages of hell match. 3 stages of hell match is a rare match that forces 2 wrestlers to wrestle 3 different types of matches, originating in 2001. Multiple types of matches have occurred within the 3 stages of hell match, including a steel cage match, a ladder match, and a falls count anywhere match. The last time that somebody wrestled a 3 stages of hell match was in NXT, August 10th, 2019. It was between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. And the first match was a standard match to pinfall. The second match was a street fight. And the third match was a steel cage match. So I assume we will find out as we get closer to over the next 2 weeks what the 3 stages of hell are going to be.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I hear this, I think Royal Rumble, or not Ready to Rumble, and 3 actual cages stacked on top of each other. And yeah.
I think that it's going to be at least one of those stages is going to be street fight conditions.
Probably. Extreme Rules, street fight.
Yep. So
I think what we're possibly looking at is just like basic format. The first match will be a standard to pinfall. The second match will be some kind of Extreme Rules street fight type match. The third match will either be a steel cage or Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Which would be fine by me. Like, I would love to see that on the SmackDown. It would be amazing. Yep. But yeah, I just had to bring up that reference because, like I said, the 3 stages of hell, that's the only place I've ever seen it. And what I saw in that movie could not be done in a wrestling. So Trick Williams also made his debut on now as an official member of SmackDown. For those of you who don't remember, Trick Williams this is actually a rather interesting because Trick Williams used to be the muscle for Carmelo Hayes when he was first introduced, and then him and Carmelo had a falling out. So now let's talk about 2 subjects. Of one, with Carmelo winning the U.S. title, I'm wondering, are we going to get at the Royal Rumble or potentially even at WrestleMania, Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship?
Yeah.
I wonder. Or might we get it next week in an open challenge? Does Carmelo keep the open challenge going?
I think that he does. Given the post-match speech that he gave backstage, for really praising, really praising Ilya Dragunov, and I think he all but said that he's going to keep the open challenge going. And then, like you said, he gets blindsided by Johnny G.
Yeah. Here's the thing I would love to see is give me a full year of the IC belt and the US belt being defended every week on the weekly shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can defend the tag team belts, the women's belts, the mid-card belts, or a rotation of every week, either the US championship or the tag team championships on SmackDown is being defended in the main event, or the Intercontinental Championship or the Raw Tag Team Championships are being defended. Like, you can alternate weeks, whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying, to the pay-per-views, and then have the World Heavyweight Championships only be defended at the pay-per-views, not on, or special event shows like the in the night. And then that way you're getting a championship match every week. You can change champions however you want. You can do it with the open challenge with the US title every week. And then you can actually just book feuds for the IC title to be defended like every couple of weeks or so. And so I would love to see that. But congratulations to Carmelo Hayes. I would say his first feud for the US title would be The Miz, but unfortunately The Miz right now is locked into a feud with He Who Shall Not Be Named. And I believe in him.
That's right. You gotta love it. That work. It's fantastic, especially whenever he shows up, because it's like as soon as the camera pans to him, it's like he's always popping up with the
he's surprised that he's there. Like, how did I get here? Yeah. But yeah, man, like I think everybody's talking. I've seen a couple of reports, or not reports, but opinion pieces on wrestling fan pages where they're talking about that. The Miz is a horrible first feud for Joe Hendry. And I think The Miz is the best feud for anybody. Right. I think anybody that you need to get over, I think anybody that you need to elevate, The Miz is a perfect feud.
Right. He really is. I mean, he's a legend. He is a workhorse, and he knows how to get other people over,
Yes.
both in promos and in the ring.
Yep.
And you know, I think that there there are so many people on the roster right now who are doing all the heavy lifting for the company, but really getting nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, LA Knight.
Yeah. Here's the
Okay.
thing.
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but the LA Knight thing is always a sticking point. LA Knight has been in the World Heavyweight Championship picture and the WWE Championship picture for better part of the past 2 years. I think he had a small run with the US title and was in that picture for a little bit, but he has primarily been in the main event picture and has been getting championship matches. I get it. We all want to see him win one, and we all think that he deserves it. But there is something to be said for a wrestler who is perpetually at the top of the card.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks for the fans who like him because you want to see him hold that gold. You want to see him have his moment, have his run, have his moment in the ring where he gets to cry holding the championship. We all want to see them have that moment as our favorite wrestlers. But the reality of it is, you're doing pretty well in the business if on a stacked roster like WWE or AEW, you are perpetually at the top of the card.
Yeah.
Even if you're not holding a title, you are doing very well for yourself.
Yeah,
so
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily categorize what he's doing as carrying the weight without being rewarded, because he is being rewarded. He's getting tons of TV time. He's constantly in the main event picture. He's constantly in the championship picture. Yeah, it seems like he's constantly getting screwed out of actually winning the title. But in general, he's constantly in the mix. And in a business that's kind of like Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, if you are like David Boreanaz is not a huge star, but he is perpetually working.
Yep. I cannot disagree with any of that. But yeah, I mean, The Miz is another guy that I think that, let's give him another title shot. He's doing a lot of workhorse stuff in there. But interestingly enough, I saw a post by it's DDP. Yeah. So Diamond Dallas Page actually mentioned that he was 43 when he got his actual first title.
Yeah, when he won the World Heavyweight Championship.
And LA Knight
started the business till he was in his 30s.
LA Knight is turning 43 this coming year.
And the rumor has it right now that WWE has a plan to a heavy push plan for LA Knight in the upcoming year.
Yeah. But okay, let's get back to.
All right, so just a couple more notes from SmackDown is that Charlotte Flair defeated Lash Legend via roll-up in a singles match. Of course, hijinks ensued. And then Julia and Kiana James defeated Chelsea Green and Alba Fire in a tag team match as Julia continues her pursuit of Chelsea Green and the U.S. title. I'm going to say this right quick, and maybe a lot of people aren't going to agree with me. Julia is a much more interesting character chasing the title than she is with the title.
Yeah.
Or this, than she was with the title in this last run. Like, she is definitely a much more interesting character going after the title. So, but yeah, so I like seeing her in this particular aspect. Her promos, of course, just like with Stephanie Becker, it's going to take time because they've got to work on their English. They could probably cut a hell of a promo in Spanish. That's obviously their first language, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that they definitely need some work with their English promos, and they will get better. Just same thing with Io Sky. As popular as she is, Io still has some work that she needs to do with her English promos. But other than that, she's got everything else. And the same thing goes for Rakira and Julia. Other than that, in ring, easily some of the best women wrestlers in the world. But their promos, like I said, still needs to work. It doesn't take away from their characters at all. I just think that but all right. So that was basically the main highlights of SmackDown. Not really a lot else going on. I'm going to check the top wrestling stories for this week. Let's see. WWE will return to Puerto Rico for the Backlash pay-per-view again this year. As rumors suggest Oba Femi, Joe Hendry, and Sal Ruka might be fast-tracked to the main roster. I think those are great choices. I like Sal Ruka. She's got a lot of personality. Joe Hendry, of course. I figured from the moment they signed him that he was going to eventually be fast-tracked.
Yeah.
What's up, Sasha Leo 69? Thanks for tapping in and saying hello. We appreciate you for joining us. Let's see. Yeah, and then Oba Femi, I think that Saturday Night Main Event performance definitely showed that he was ready for the main roster. Like I had a conversation with Orlando off air about this, about Oba Femi's match. He definitely feels a mistake was made by not having Oba win clean over Cody, but that Oba Femi's definitely ready for the main roster.
Yep.
I think that he's ready. The ruler. Right.
I would like to see Obafemi versus Omos.
That would just be an interesting match.
Just giant versus giant.
Yeah. But when you see them side by side, Oba doesn't look like as much of a giant. Like, right. So I want to say Obafemi's like my height. He's like 6'4", maybe 6'5", maybe even 6'2", and Omos is 7'2", so Omos is literally going to be looking down on him. But I think it would definitely make for an interesting match.
Yeah. Or Omos versus Talatonga.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, because both of them are big guys. It would remind me of what Big Show versus the Great Khali could have been.
Yeah.
Back in the day, but wasn't. Yeah. Like, because Great Show versus Great Khali was supposed to be like two big men who could move, but both of those dudes, by the time they got in the ring, were so damn stiff that it wasn't a match worth watching. But I think Oba and Omos, he's still young enough that if they get him in the ring at a good time, they can
right.
All right. So that's it for wrestling for today. We will now jump into the Tech Tinkers. I don't think he joined us today, but Tech Tinkers' favorite portion of the show. Cheap Pop game reviews, which we have no games specifically to review other than I will tell you about my experience playing NCAA College 26, which I'll make an announcement about this a little bit later. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really more in depth. Like, I love the look of it. I love the play of it. I love the way the AI goes. I'll get into more details later, but yeah, on Tuesday when I do my first stream with it, but in general, really good. Thanks for the birthday present swap. Appreciate it. But the first subject up for us here is Sony files AI censorship patent to make PlayStation games playable for all ages. Dave, please tell us what the hell is Sony thinking?
All right. Well, what this is Sony, doing more embracing AI. They filed a patent for a AI process that can alter certain aspects of the game to fit the preference of the player. Now, this is more than just the parental controls, where you can turn off the swearing or the blood or that. This is like with Baldur's Gate 3, where you don't want to have any same-sex romance. That never comes up under this AI. The AI will basically edit the game according to your preferences, to remove that content, whether it comes up in gameplay or even in cutscenes. So the idea is they are doing this so they don't have to have multiple programming lines in developing games. Hey, bro, you're muted.
That's the thing about it, though. How about some games just aren't made for kids?
Yes.
Like, how about that? How about not every game has to be able to be played by people of all ages?
Thank you. Thank
Like,
you.
there are
How
some
about-
games.
How about if you don't want to see gay content and you know that it's there, you don't do the dialogue options that will lead to the gay content.
Or here's another thing. Here's another thing. From one parent to every parent out there in America, I'm going to say this with a straight face. I'm going to say this as calmly as possible. It is okay to tell your child that they cannot have something. Even if they really, really want it, it is okay to tell them they are too young to play that game. It is okay to tell. I don't care about, oh, well, they're just gonna go play it over at their friend's house. Fine then. That's between that's their friend's house.
Yep.
But you can control the content that your child accesses within the confines of your own home. And if you really don't want your child accessing that content and you know his friend has bought the game, sorry, you can't go over to that friend's house.
Yeah. Or shock and awe, you actually be a parent, you talk to your kid about things, you find out their perspective, you lay out your perspective, and you treat the kid like a mini adult, as an individual person, and you help them develop as an individual person. I mean, I know it's a novel concept.
Yeah, I know, but yeah. So like that's my big thing about stuff like this. Is it's just like not everything has to be made for everybody. Not everything has to be accessible by everybody. Like I understand it. Video games are primarily made for were initially considered to be made for children. But we have learned since then that video games are not just made for kids. They're just not. Like and not all of it just because it's a video game or just because it's animated. If anything, anime has taught us that. Like the anime, not all animated content is meant for children. Okay. I'll give a quick side tangent real quick. I have a quick story that I can tell about my own life in dealing with anime. And there's an anime that I don't ever recommend anybody with a child watch with their child called Aruga Sugadochi. We dubbed this anime Giant Penis Attacks Tokyo because that's effectively what it is. That content is not meant for my 7-year-old daughter to watch.
Nope.
It's not. And just because it's animated doesn't mean that it is. So first as a parent, you got to get out of that mindset. Then we can go on and I can give parenting tips about dealing with video games all day in the fact that, like, a primary example, my mother let me play every violent video game that ever came out. GTA, Mortal Kombat. She bought the games for me. She let me rent them from Blockbuster and play them at home. And she never once worried that I was going to try to repeat anything that I saw or did in the video game in real life. Because she taught me that there's a difference between video games and real life.
Yep.
She taught that to me as a parent. And so therefore, I never wondered if I could literally bicycle kick somebody in the face like Liu Kang does in the Mortal Kombat video.
Mm-hmm.
Never once. You know what Mortal Kombat inspired me to do? And learning about the making of Mortal Kombat inspired me to do? Inspired me to want to make a video game.
Yep.
So I was like, wow, all we got to do is just scan ourselves doing like cool punches and stuff and then just put it into a video game and we can be in a fighting video game. Cool. That's awesome. Yep. That's what Mortal Kombat inspired me to do. Didn't inspire me to shove a spear in somebody's neck and try to pull out their heart and hold it above my head like Kano. Like, it never inspired me to do any of those things. But it did inspire me to want to make a video. Yep. So, yeah, needless to say, like I said, parents, it's in your hands. But Sony's just finding another reason to play with its AI its AI program. That's all it is. It's just Sony wanting to play. But all right, this one you're really going to have to explain to me, bro.
Okay.
This next subject. All right.
Yeah.
EVE Online. I know of the game, never really played. Players destroyed, looks like I don't even know that number. That's beyond billions.
100,000 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, 1 quadrillion, 142 trillion, 260 billion, 784 million, 813,930 ISK worth of ships in 2025 alone, which works out to just over 6 million real world dollars wiped out.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so how this works out. EVE Online, the quite possibly the most steepest learning. I mean, we got a learning curve that's like Mariana's Trench steep. Okay.
Wow.
But Starship Combat, it's a fun game, but they have monthly subscriptions that you can do in 2 ways. Through what it is based off of getting what's called a pilot's license.
Okay.
So, which is basically your monthly subscription. You can get that through 2 ways. You can either get it by paying real world money for it.
Okay.
Or you can do enough in-game stuff, earn enough in-game credits, the ISK, to buy one for a month. So that is how we have the transfer between real world money and in-game currency in there.
Any video game that requires me to buy something in order to advance in it.
Right. But that's the thing, is you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, you earn it.
Yeah, you earn it in there, which is, it's kind of interesting, but it also gets into the very, very cutthroat nature of EVE Online. But yeah, EVE is well known for massive, massive fleet battles that can literally take up thousands of ships concurrently in the same area fighting each other.
Those servers must be insane.
Servers are great, but even then they get pushed to the limits and frame rates go down.
Yeah. Well, I'll say they run into a similar issue with glitching in No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
When people design certain ships, like they design certain ships and they'll fly it into a space station.
Yeah.
And everybody in the space station, their games will start glitching. Certain people will start glitching that are on the same server as them. And it's it's insane.
But we're talking about a level of server lag where you get the notification that you destroyed the ship, but 4 or 5 second delay on the destruction animation happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a lot of work, a lot of real world money combined, going down the tubes.
And hours upon hours, but those aren't wasted. Those people are having fun. Those aren't wasted hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another one that you're going to have to kind of hit me to here, because I know the name, but I don't necessarily know the details. This is where having what's his name here would be nice. Tech tinkers.
Yep.
But NVIDIA GeForce NVIDIA GeForce Now's time limit will stop gamers after 100 hours each month. What in the world is this? Okay,
so GeForce Now is NVIDIA's game streaming service, like Steam, like Epic.
Okay. Place where people can play games, etc.
Right, and download games, and yeah. But they are implementing a hard time cap each month. So your access to the games stops at 100 hours each month, and it's not single title. It's across all the titles that you own. So it's not like you can play 99 hours on, say, Skyrim, and then 99 hours on GTA 5, and then 99 hours. No, it's 100 cumulative hours, unless you pay extra for extended access.
The worst part of gaming.
Yep.
The worst part of gaming. And here's the thing about it, guys. When I say that, I'm not even talking about today. This is basically the arcade model of video games. It's basically arcade. You want to play? You want to continue playing? Put in more quarters. Yo, you got to this level? Cool, that's awesome. You want to keep playing? Put in more quarters. Like kids would waste $10 in quarters on a Sunday trying to beat a single arcade game.
And that's not even Gauntlet.
Yeah.
We're not even talking. We're not even talking Gauntlet or Dragon Slayer.
Now, the relief of consoles was that you no longer, and PC gaming was that you no longer had to continue pumping in quarters in order to beat the game.
Yep.
But looky here. It's funny how history circles around to itself, huh? We've now come back to, on the streaming services, an arcade model of charging you to play the games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, your 100 hours is up for this month, man. You're gonna have to wait till next month, unless you want to pump more quarters into the machine. Then you can finish the game this month. Yeah. Fuck Nvidia, fuck Steam. like I'm sorry. Like, well, no, not fuck Steam, because I know Steam's not doing this, but fuck Nvidia, and I know this is just a test run for a model for future gaming sites like this.
Yep.
But all right. So let's see. Last thing will be we raved last week, or week before last, about Claire Obscure Expedition 33 and their victory for Game of the Year at the India Game Awards, and I believe at the Game Awards they also won a couple of awards. Unfortunately, I believe we reported the next week that they were being stripped of their Game of the Year win at the India Game Awards.
Indie Game Awards, yeah.
Or the Indie Game Awards.
Yeah, Indie Game Awards, they won for best for Game of the Year and best debut game of the year. And it got found out that they had used, to some extent or another, generative AI technology.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they got the Indie Game Awards stripped. Although Golden Joystick hasn't stripped them of anything yet.
Yep. And they also won the Game of the Year for the Gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gamers website. Yeah.
The Gamers website.
So, all right. So let's see. Okay. Games director Guillaume Broche is speaking out, saying everything in the final game is human made, and that using the technology felt wrong.
And okay, like that's great, but you still did it.
Yeah.
But you still created it. You still use the AI.
Yeah.
You know, like I hate to say it because it makes it sound like I'm being super cold about it.
So he expands on it.
Okay.
And says, when AI first came out in 2022, we'd already started on the game. It was just a new tool. We tried it. We didn't like it at all. It felt wrong. We originally used it as a placeholder for textures we missed, but we took it out as soon as we found it. But yeah, the concept art, voice actors, everything is human made.
Human made.
Right. So it looked like it was basically they use AI just for like storyboarding for temporary assets, which is less controversial.
Right. And see, to me, this is where I talk about where we walk that fine line with the conversation that we were having about AI last week. It's like AI has a place, it has a usefulness as a tool, but I understand the dangers of where AI could go from here that worry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to find that fine line. Because like I said, I doubt they had any intention of using AI to cut corners. It was literally being used as an enhancement tool to help them, be more efficient. But there are rules through the Indie Gaming Awards that there can be no AI usage.
Right.
So unfortunately, maybe if they had disclosed that from the beginning, they might have been able to keep the award, but since it came out after they won the award, I understand the stripping of the award.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't make it any less of a great game. Doesn't mean you shouldn't go buy it. It just means that some small amount of AI was used to help along the people that created it.
Yeah.
But all right. So what's up?
Okay. So rather than wrap up, one quick sad note.
Sure.
That just came across. TikToker Epic Gamer Grandma has passed away at age 78.
Yeah.
Yep. So
78, she lived a good life.
Yep. 2.4 million followers on TikTok, 860,000 on Instagram. Playing Skyrim, Minecraft, Phasmophobia. And
well, may she rest in peace.
Yep.
And, hopefully up there she has all the latest systems and can game until her heart's content.
Yep.
It's been time with lost family members. So good person who brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. So R.I.P. to Gamer Grandma. All right. So like I said, anything else?
No, that should do it.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. With our normal, where can we find you next? Rune Scryer, let us know.
I will be next up tonight, midnight, on the night shift, doing doing Horizon Forbidden West. This past week it's Christmas, it's the holidays, schedules have been all completely blown up, so I'm trying to do a return to what could be considered normalcy for my streaming schedules. So just keep watching.
For sure. And for me, I should be back on. Got one more week off before I'm back to work. So I should be back on between 10 and 12. Or no. Yeah, 10 and 12 on Tuesday. Probably a little earlier, 9 and 10 on Wednesday. And then probably 10 and 12 on Thursday. I might not be on until later in the afternoon on Tuesday or Thursday because I have some stuff I'm going to try to take care of on Monday. So that I don't have to take care of it Tuesday morning, but I may have to take care of some stuff Tuesday morning. So I might not be able to get on until later, 3 or 4 o'clock somewhere. But I'm off work, so you should see me. Now, where you're going to see me next will be in about an hour and 50 minutes on the classroom. I'm going to be riding solo tonight. No O'Malley. It's Swab's week off. So probably be a 30, 45 minute episode. And I don't know if Saint's going to be doing, Agent K28 is going to be doing BT tonight, but keep on the lookout for that just in case he is. And other than that, guys, have yourself.
So how much of that 30 to 40 minutes is going to be talking about the continuing saga of Jake Paul running his broken mouth?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But There is a good chance that I might put the show off till next week just because I forget that there's certain things we may need to talk about. And the 49ers game is on tonight. So, you know, I'll make the decision right here and now. Yeah, look for the classroom this week. Thank you guys for joining us here today. And then maybe broadcast Sunday, we might get a MBT news later on tonight. That's up to see. But other than that, y'all stay up, stay real. Any last words for him, Moonscribe?
That's it. Just hope everyone had good festive holiday season.
Oh, yes. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, good Yule, all that. Whatever night of Kwanzaa we are on now. Hope that celebration is going well for you. We celebrate. And
to show my age, I'm going to end the show on this note. Happy Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa. You got to be old enough to remember those Verizon commercials. All right, that'll do it. Peace.